Hello. Hold on, I actually made up a new intro. Hello, humans and beyond. I know, that's really, really sophisticated. But I'm talking to everyone. I'm not even entirely sure who all is watching. There could be extra-dimensional beings also watching this. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about fuck the algorithm. It's leading to something else. It's gonna go down a rabbit hole, if you would almost, one would say. And words are already out the window, so whatever. Today we're talking about the algorithm at first glance. I'm posting a video here in a little bit saying I might be taking a break while I work on some content and just kind of relax. But for those who do watch my channel, also know I have a TikTok, and I let that bitch die. It's dead. The reason be, not that I'm anti-TikTok, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it's healthy, but whatever. It's a major platform. I honestly thought it would be a place that I could reach more people, but I figured out it has a very heavy cost, and I don't mean literal money. So being a social media influencer person, whatever you want to call it, we're always trained to beat the algorithm and study the algorithm and yada da 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 da. I did that for years, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's what we're learned to do. I'm just gonna roll with that. That's what was popping. I'm just gonna, anyways. That's what we're learned to do. I gotta giggle at myself sometimes, because if not, I'd be horribly depressed. But, we're taught to chase the algorithm. We hold it up like this great treasure, almost like Legend of Zelda. Da-da-da-da. It's this great treasure that we're trying to unlock, and there's a certain sequence of buttons and keys and tags that unlock this great treasure. Well, it's a fucking pyramid scheme. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because you really think about it, nobody actually knows what the algorithm is. Everyone's talking out their ass and nobody truly knows. Being a person who's tried. I've tried it. I've chased that white rabbit, if you would. I went through, watched YouTube video after YouTube video, TikTok video after TikTok video, and of course, every platform has its own algorithm, being they're all created from different people. TikTok's algorithm, though, I am going to shit on it a little more. YouTube seems to be pretty consistent. You know, you push this button, you say this keyword, and boop, people see your video. TikTok, they actually require you to spend a certain amount of time on TikTok. Which, again, I'm not saying it's you're a bad person for being on TikTok. It's just I gave up. There just isn't much content on TikTok I actually like. It is what it is. I just don't enjoy it. But like I said, I realized it's a good place to reach people. So I was posting videos up to middle of April, maybe even February. January, February, March. I think I stopped in March. Somewhere between April and March. But I had videos planned out for months. And I was going to keep going. But I had noticed the algorithm doesn't give two fucks unless you're interacting. Because I would actually get on and spend a certain amount of time on TikTok. That's part of the algorithm, is spending time and being active on the channel. Again, I'm not saying that's bad, it's just more energy than I was willing to put in. And how I discovered this, I had to blow my nose. How I discovered this was because I stopped interacting. I posted all my videos, and then I had life happen to me, and I stopped getting on TikTok. Well, I noticed a big shift. I had 100 to 200 views on certain videos, and then after I stopped engaging, down to 2, 3. I know I'm putting up 0, but it's basically like 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like, well, that's inconsistent as hell, even though I had all the settings exactly the same. Everything, like I thought I had found a algorithm that works, because I also don't believe there's just one massive algorithm, that, there is and there isn't. There's little things you can do, kind of like parallel universes. you have this one path and you can take this path, this path, this path, blah, 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 blah. There is one path that has maximum views, but I had found a system, I guess let's go with that, a system that worked for me. I post this, I post it in this location with these tags, and I seem to get 200-300 views. But then, like I said, I stopped getting on TikTok and my views just tanked. Again, if you have the energy and you want to keep that up, that's fine. I just found out I'm not willing to keep up that much energy on TikTok specifically, because then it's not fun. For me, it takes out the fun. But let's go back to it being a pyramid scheme. The truth is, they never reveal the real algorithm. Nobody ever does. Why would... Let's put it this way. In a society of gatekeeping, why would you actually reveal the truth when it doesn't make you money? They reveal pseudo-truths, lies within truths, kind of thing. And sure, maybe some of these things actually help and do work. I'm not saying they don't. But then it becomes a pyramid scheme. Because then there are those who post the videos, oh, I cracked the algorithm. And half of them, I mean, again, I'm not an expert, but I sat there watching these videos and trying to do the things they do for years. And finding out I sat through certain videos for 30-40 minutes and didn't understand crap, and it was just utter crap. Or some of it worked, some of it didn't. Or I followed it to a T and there was no improvement. Why? Well, not only that, but they change the algorithm not even every year, like it's probably every couple of months, depending on the software. Because the truth is, they don't want you to make money. They want to make money. So, like, you don't know how many times I'd log into Instagram. Oh, they just changed the algorithm. Oh, there's a whole new algorithm. Oh, it's like every 3 months or 4 months is what it felt like. So it gets to the point I'm just fucking burnt out. I don't care. It's more energy to chase the algorithm and try to stay on top of it than what I'm actually putting into my videos or my work. My work is suffering because I'm doing all this time trying to learn how to beat this puzzle when the puzzle's the fucking problem. So my work would suffer because I didn't feel like putting in time for my work. It would be mediocre at best. Now again, I'm not trying to shame anyone. A lot of people do this, a lot of people keep up with it. I mean, it's just become the trend of social media. And it does work for people. I'm not gonna be completely ignorant. I've seen it. It's people get views, people get this, so and so and forth. And then they believe, oh look, this person cracked the algorithm, maybe I can do it too. And then again, they're not getting the results. Well, a lot of the time, the information's old, or it's incorrect, or some of them are just doing it to get views. Like I said, they can post videos saying, I cracked the algorithm, and they'll get like 1,000 views, 100,000 views. But yet, when I try it, it just doesn't work. It doesn't seem to make a difference. It doesn't, because by the time it actually does catch on, if it does, the algorithm's already changed. So what's the point? Is the whole trick, the keep your eye on the birdie, I'm going to say it's chasing a white rabbit. If we know anything from Alice in Wonderland, she takes all this time chasing a white rabbit, believing it will lead her to somewhere, when all it did was lead her down a rabbit hole into some crazy fucked up world. I mean, and I don't think she ever caught him. I can't remember, even though I just watched the video. She caught up to him, but she never truly caught him. Never really was able to. And the white rabbit's essentially the algorithm. I'm late, always moving, always chasing, always going from place to place to place. Always in a hurry. But what Alice actually did was, while she was on this crazy journey, was she did stop and smell the flowers from time to time. She would stop and go, oh, well, this is a pretty peculiar situation. I lost the rabbit for the moment, and I'm in a strange place, so I'm just gonna kind of look around and explore. That's the rest period. It's kind of like working and then resting, then working and then resting. It's kind of a pattern of life, as she was teaching us. But in the end, chasing the rabbit... Well, now this is a good aspect. She actually had a really cool adventure because of it. So it's probably not a great metaphor. But it's... I mean, you get the... I don't want to say it's an idiom, but the metaphor in general is... That's all she did all video, was literally just chase this rabbit, just to find out... I don't think she even got anything from it. Chasing the rabbit actually did nothing, and... It was essentially... It came up with a problem that wasn't solved. She chased this rabbit throughout however long amount of time, which was an imaginary problem. She saw something of interest, a shiny object, chased it, and there was nothing there. What I'm trying to get to is it was the journey along the way. It was the journey. She was so focused on chasing the rabbit, but she took time to enjoy... Are you done? Okay. She was enjoying the moment. Alright, puppy. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. So what am I leading to? We're switching from the algorithm to enjoy the journey. I know it's backwards to say, and I'm sure a lot of people say this. I know a lot of people do. It's something I had to learn myself, is to enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. There's nothing wrong with chasing the algorithm, but for me, I feel like it takes out the joy of my process. I'm so worried about chasing this rabbit that my content's just not fun anymore. Like, there was a point where I tried to stay up on trends, and I used, like, anniversaries to time up artwork and stuff like that, and there were so many, and I did not pace myself that I burnt the fuck out. I mean, I produced some really cool stuff, and I was really proud, and it was cool, but it didn't really go anywhere. It just led me to burnout. I got tired and actually stopped drawing for a little while. So, again, it's not inherently evil, not inherently good. I just feel like we put too much focus on it. Honestly, what I have seen, as a lot of other people say, is the content that does the best isn't necessarily the ones that trend. There are good videos that trend, based off trends because the trends are popular. But at the same time, the one I enjoy are the ones that don't typically follow the trends. They just do whatever the fuck they want, and they're just being goofy. They're having fun. That's what we truly want to see, is people having fun. Okay? People being unique and doing their own thing. Following your passion and doing what you love. Now, if you can tie the trend into it, hey man, so be it. I ain't gonna tell you no. It's just, don't lose sight of enjoying the journey, of enjoying the process. Like I said, for me, it burned me out. It made me hollow, and it felt like work. Plus, anytime I open TikTok or Instagram, I'm one of those people that don't like seeing the same thing over and over. Unless it's a very specific TV show. But it's like, you know, I open up TikTok. Oh, there's this trend. Haha, that's funny. And then the next day, open up. Oh, it's the same trend in a different view. And then the same trend. And then the same trend. And weeks later, I'll see the same stuff for, like, weeks. I'm just like, alright, I'm fucking sick of this. Stop with these videos, please. It's not fun. It's... The difference between watching TV is the nostalgia and the feelings. Watching a TikTok video that's been overdone. It's like listening to the same fucking radio. The radio station, and you hear a brand new song that came out, and they play it every fucking day for weeks until you're like, yeah, it's a good song. Week 2, it's like, oh my god, turn off the radio, turn off the radio. I hate this song. You know, that feeling. It kind of burns you out. So here's an interesting feat. What if you don't follow the algorithm? Well, people do get worried because we don't get, you know, validation, which everyone wants validation. I get it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. I want validation as an artist. So when you follow the trend, you feel like you put in all this work, and you get 2 likes. But then again, you got so-and-so over here in a, what is it, a blow-up pool tub, getting thousands of views, and it demeans, it makes us feel shitty about our stuff. And again, I'm not saying don't do that, it's just, it's playing into the pyramid scheme. Because now you're no longer worried about your content, you're worried about doing content that's popular, content that gets views. It's so easy for me to be up here on a soapbox. I mean, I actually haven't posted anything to anywhere in a while, except YouTube. But that's actually kind of the remedy, is I've been doing artwork that I'm not even posting. I'm enjoying it. It's for me. It's not for the internet. That's what it is. That was the message. There we go. Don't do content for the internet. Do it for yourself. Now again, if you get inspired by a trend and you do something cool, that's still cool. That's what inspiration's for. But don't do it for the trend, because you'll find yourself just burning the fuck out. Do it for yourself. So there has been times I get inspired by a trend and I do it my way. I do it my style. And I'm a hypocrite for it. But again, it's inspiration. That's where it comes from. So you think of it that way, it's okay. But the point of the message is just don't lose sight of yourself trying to chase the rabbit. Because sometimes you go too far down the rabbit hole, you just kind of lose yourself. You don't even know where you are, who you are anymore. And perhaps you hollowed yourself out for a couple of bucks, you know, a couple of dollars. It's not really the artwork or the content you wanted to make. It's now the content that you feel like you have to. It's the content that you think people want to hear and want to see. Don't lose yourself to the system. That's all I'm saying. Systems are there, they're not inherently good or bad. It's just they're being used in certain ways. And you should be aware of it. That's all I'm saying. However, if you do chase the rabbit, remember to stop and smell the roses from time to time. Take a break. Go take some rest. Put that in the algorithm. Because honestly, that's what I was even saying in one video. I'm probably going to stop posting 3 times a week. Or every 3 days, I mean. It's tiresome. As of this point. I'm not enjoying it as much. Because again, I'm in a interesting predicament and life's kind of kicking my ass. I don't necessarily have the energy to be putting forth towards that. Most of my energy is just trying to survive. That's really it. And that's a personal case. So if it ever feels too taxing, just set it down. So what? I let all of my channels die. TikTok's dead, Instagram's dead, my Twitch is dead, my YouTube's really the only one I'm keeping alive. And I'm not trying to follow any effing algorithm. Sure, I have people giving me pointers and tips, and I will follow them. If it works for them, you know what, I'll try it. But I'm no longer sitting there watching 40, 50-minute videos, writing down and scribbling, and basing my content on their structure. It's just like, oh, well, sure, I'll flip this button here and there, but that's about it. Wow, it is 84 degrees outside. That is why I'm sweating a little bit. It's kind of hot. Not super hot, but I have my window up so I can hear you. I have my window up so I can hear you guys. I need a fucking nap. Oh, jeez. Oh. Methinks I woke up on the wrong side of the car this morning. Oh, saying that made me a little sad. Excuse me while I go and lament now. Although, I'm actually getting a little OCD and I wanted to wait until exactly 20 minutes, so we're just gonna sit here and just wait out the clock. Just being fucking awkward. Doing my thing. Having a fling. Like I'm a king! 15 seconds. You'd think I'd have a bunch of coffee today or some crack, but that's mainly just sugar. I may be hyped up on sugar right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nah.